Hey friends, West Dove here with Dove Development and Consulting. Wanted to put a quick message out today, Thursday, September 22nd, I believe it is, not sure. But anyway, wanted to share a message on our social media channels, just giving folks an update that Cindy and I have we put together a recruitment, retention, and culture course where we had three specific lessons that we felt really drove home the idea of recruitment, retention, and culture. We put that together originally. I started working on the content in 2019. I had some of that stuff written out. I put together some really good lessons. In 2020, things changed massively in the workforce. When I wrote some of the initial lessons in 2019, we were looking at a 2.6 or 2.7% unemployment rate here in Harrisonburg, Rockingham County, throughout Virginia. It was still below 3, I believe, at the time. Nationwide, it was just about 3.6. It was amazing. And then 2020 hit and things changed dramatically. But what didn't change is the importance in every organization to find and to keep great people. Now, one of the things that I've seen in so many different organizations that I've worked with over the years is, gosh, I'm not necessarily looking to hire the folks that don't have jobs, especially for my key roles. I want to find the people that are actively engaged in organizations doing the things that I need them to be doing. I don't want somebody that nobody else wants. I want somebody that people are after. And I need that person to be not only technically solid, great at what they do, I also need them to be phenomenal as a person. I need those soft skills to be strong. I need them to be a solid fit in the culture that I'm putting together. There's so many aspects with it. The other piece of that is I've been in and around the HR community, the human resources. I've been in recruiting. I've done that stuff. I've hired probably more than 1,000 people over the years. I've been that person that has held a large majority of that responsibility in many organizations for recruitment and at least perceptionally for retention as well. Now, here's the case I'm going to make. Cindy and I, through Dove Development Consulting, we've become approved recertification providers with SHRM and the Human Resource Certification Institute. So that's a community that we do indeed serve, that we provide resources for. And this course is approved for credit. And I'll talk about that a little bit more shortly. But here's what I'm going to tell you. Recruitment, retention, and culture does not solely rest on that human resource professional. Hear me again. Recruitment, retention, and culture does not rest on that human resource professional alone. It should be received. It should be carried. The weight of that responsibility should be carried in every aspect of an organization because it affects every aspect of that organization. This course is designed to really help support a leader. It's called A Leader's Guide to Building a Great Team. It's built to help leaders in every role help really be impactful in recruiting, in retaining, and building that culture around it. So we've got 6 specific lessons. We really dig into how can you build an organization that's focused on those 3 things. We've got 6 specific lessons. The reason I'm sharing this video is until just recently, there were 3. We had it at a certain price point, and we've moved that price point a little bit higher to be more consistent with some of our other digital resources that are similar. It's a lifetime access on the digital resource. Now, why am I sharing this with you today? Is 1, it's new. 2, we're going to honor that existing price point, the old price point, for the next month, a little over a month actually. It was at $147 for lifetime access to this course. The folks that already had the course, when we added the 3 new lessons, they've got lifetime access to the 3 new lessons at no additional cost. What I wanted to share today, and I'll share it a few times over the next several days, is we will be maintaining that $147 price point through October 31st. So now there's 6 lessons. All 6 are individual lessons that have been approved for that credit. So if you're a SHRM or an HRCI credentialed person, you need those recertification credits, you can get all of them at just built into the package. And there's a coupon code in the text where I'm sharing this. I think it's RRC 147. That's going to give you $100 off. The new price, $247, is what it'll be for everybody from that point forward after November 1st. But we're going to honor the old price until then. So we wanted to make sure that that's available for folks. I'm going to roll down and give you a perspective on the page. There's a money back guarantee on the digital product and so on. What's included, what attracts talent and what pushes talent away is lesson number 1. Lesson number 2 is a leader's impact on recruitment and retention. Lesson number 3 is an ethical culture with real diversity and inclusion. And hear me when I say this, it's going to drive those issues: ethics, diversity and inclusion, but it's going to do it in a way that's not just checking a box. It's doing it in a way that really will show up in your bottom line if you take it to heart and do it. The fourth lesson is onboarding that gets results, and don't confuse onboarding with orientation. They're two very different things. They overlap, but they're not the same thing. Lesson number 4 is why organizational culture matters. And we see sometimes people talk about a good culture, but talks cheap if there's no do, right? And lesson number 6 is how to make sure working for you doesn't suck. Now that's as a company, but also as an individual, because the people that we serve aren't necessarily always the business owners. Sometimes that might be an individual supervisor that can control from them down in the organization, and they can make sure that the team atmosphere they create matters. And that lesson walks through how to do it. Certificate of completion is something that's included. This lesson historically has been approved for continuing education credit through the 2 entities I've mentioned previously, but also through the National Association of Long-Term Care Administrators. It currently in that field, I only re-up that once every year, so it's a little bit different dynamic for the whole course. It's approved right now for 3.5 continuing education credits. When I resubmit it with the 3 new lessons, it'll probably be 7. So with that said, it's some cool stuff that are that's built in, but if you pay for it now, you've got lifetime access forever. Now, one of the reasons we built these last 3 lessons in is, first, we felt like it was a need. We had seen it in the organizations we work with. How can we really deliver that extra impact, that extra service for them? But the other part was, gosh, when we do it, when we really go on site, how can we give a half-day session and come back a week or so later and really help continue driving the needle forward, if you will, within the culture, and deliver strong results. Everything we do, if you've been part of it, or even if you haven't, is really designed on how do we make sure you're getting results. You're taking action based on what you're learning. You're not just writing notes down and putting it in a drawer somewhere that you never go back to. We assign specific homework to apply things that you pull away from each and every lesson. And we also, in many cases, work one-on-one with participants afterward to really make sure that those behaviors are implemented and they see lasting change from those. So that's a big piece of it. Again, wanted to share the quick idea that, hey, this is out there. We put some things in place. And it's a new course. It's not entirely new. The first 3 lessons are still very, very relevant, but the lessons 4, 5, and 6 build on that relevance and really take it to a whole new level for you and your organization. So again, $100 off the new price. We're honoring the existing price of $147 for lifetime access to the digital product through the end of October. So the coupon code is in the text that you see here. Hope it serves you well. Reach out if you've got questions, and make it a great day. God bless.